Yo viewers, this is I think vlog number 10. I'm going to do a couple of things with ceiling fans today. Start with taking this one down. I got another one I want to put up here. And it's going to take some time to get this one down because I want to put everything back on the box the way that it was. So we've got to be kind of careful with this. Everything's in pristine condition here, so we'll make sure that it stays that way and nothing gets jacked up at all. So let's see, what kind of bit do we need here. That one will work. I like these fans. I'm glad I bought them all because they seem like they're pretty decent quality. And they certainly aren't getting any easier to find as time goes on. Not sure when I'll use these. Probably not until the new location, because at this house the rooms are mostly large and there's not really anywhere that a 42-inch fan would be particularly useful. Because the bedrooms is all, I think they're all 12 by 12 or 11 by 12 or something like that. They're pretty big. So no use for it upstairs really. Not that you couldn't use one of these upstairs, but it wouldn't do much. I suppose during the winter when you don't have much air moving around, maybe that would be a time to use one. I've got another fan we're going to put up in place of this one. I got to open it up. I haven't even opened it up yet. That fan, it's going to be a Hampton Bay Carriage House, the older version from the 2001 catalog. That one's in the white finish. And this time I purchased it from a non-scammer, so hopefully the thing is not destroyed. The shade should be in good condition and everything working fine. That would be my hope. And I was just thinking about that other one that I got, you know, with the lights freak show. The shades are all busted up. I think I have a switch cap for a Chatham floating around here somewhere. So I'm thinking maybe I'll just put the switch cap on that one and use it without the light. I mean, I could put different shades on there and, you know, whatever, it would be fine, but the shades on that theme are kind of unique, and so putting anything else on there won't quite look right. But I guess it would allow me to still make use of the thing. Okay, so we have all the blades. Let's see, what do we have here for packaging? I think the irons had an individual wrapper for each one. That looks like the right size. That's kind of big for the irons. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. There's the 5 things for the irons. A bit now. I always want to use a bit that fits good. You don't strip anything out. Put these right into their bags so they don't get scratched up at all. Okay, there's that. All the blades are down. They all seem to got a little bit of a coating of dust in there. I'm surprised it was only up there for a couple of days. I think it was that dusty in here over the last few days. Okay, so we have, that's for the motor. Here's the bag for the screws. Okay, I guess now we gotta get the motor down. I'll grab that stool that I fixed a couple videos ago. And I believe the motor it's got 4 screws around the bracket, 2 of which are like the turn kind, and 2 of them gotta come out completely. I gotta cut the lights off for a minute because the wiring is on the same circuit, which in hindsight was a really stupid way to set the room up, but that's the way it is. Okay. And we gotta figure out how everything went into the box. I'm not sure if the bracket was screwed in there or not. I think I'm going to screw the bracket back in there. It seems to be, I think that'll be the easiest way to keep track of it, not have anything get lost. Okay, now we have, you know what, I'm not sure if that's correct. I'm thinking the canopy came off because, did it come off? And there's no way the box is going to sit in there, I don't think. This isn't going to go on with, now you know what came off? The switch housing came off. That's how it works. Switch housing needs to come off. Now it'll fit in the box. Yeah, that's making more sense now. Okay. I guess I'll put this in with the screws. Okay. And these, did they go on the top or were they on the bottom? I guess they would have gone on the bottom. Fit in there pretty good. They'll go in there. Not really sure. That's the blade balancing thing, is it? No. Oh, that's the screws. Whatever. Okay. Let's see if this fits down there now. Yeah, that's fitting correctly that time. Okay. Now the blade packaging, I tried to preserve it enough that I could slip these back into it. See how that's going to go. Oh, I think it'll go just fine. Good enough for me. And instructions. I would rather them sit under the blades. I know they're not going to fall out. Okay. That was pretty easy, in fact. I'm going to take the bottom because it's falling off the bottom. Get that taped up, no problem. Okay. That was easy. It's all taken care of. Now we get the other fan we're going to put up. This one has a picture for now. We got another fan over here. This one's it's unopened, not in its original box. It's unopened from the box it was shipped to me in. In fact, I got two fans I could put up, but I think I'm going to put this one up first, check it out and make sure it works. Then maybe it'll go up in a computer run. And I got this other fan we'll test later. That's a big box, it's taking up too much space anyways. I gotta get this out of here. And I'm not going to keep this box because it's kind of falling apart, so I'm going to kind of dismantle this as we go. What? What a mess. I certainly appreciate the reuse of materials, but this is kind of ridiculous. Okay, I gotta get a bag or something to put all this stuff in. I'm not even sure what this is. Some kind of paper, maybe envelopes or some. Okay, so everything is packed appropriately. You know, the glass is wrapped in bubble wrap. It should be obvious, but apparently it's not obvious to everybody. You know, the space in the box is filled with other materials, which also should be obvious, but apparently it's not. Oh, it's a heavy motor. I think the only thing they didn't do quite correctly is wrap the blades individually, but since they're pretty firmly in place, they might have been okay. Sometimes they get scratched if they're not wrapped individually. Okay, now let's take a look at the fan itself. The blades glass. There's a lot of stinking tape on here. Okay, well this is kind of jammed in there somehow. Quite sure what's going on here. I have to just take the light fitter off in order to get this out of there. Okay, so I guess they're not getting an A+ for this shipping job either. But this is certainly a lot better than the last time. The last person I bought this from, and this one was a fraction of the price too. Jeez, what the heck? How the freak am I going to get this out of here? How did it get in there? That's the other question. How in the world did that get on there? That light's not budging. Is there a third screw? Ah, there is a third screw. Let's see if I can get to it. Light's still not budging. I don't understand what happened. And I can replace those ceramic pieces if those have to get damaged to get this off of here. That's not really a big deal. It can't go either way. It can't go in and it can't go out. Now it's held on. Let's see if I can undo that. Good grief. That was ridiculous. I am just not destined to have one of these fans. Okay, well, that was frustrating, but there we go. That's out now. I think the, oh, there's a fourth screw. That's why it wasn't coming off. I'm pretty sure the light would have to go on after the thing is hung. So how in the world, I don't know, whatever, don't matter. That's not even the right screw, that's different threads. Okay. Oh, that was wild. Oh, one of those screws I took out, that was for the reversing switch. Never mind, all 3 screws is correct. Okay. Now this piece here is not in the greatest of cosmetic condition. It needs to be repainted. There's a couple of scratches in the brass and they come out. But this can be repainted, it's just white, so it's not a big deal. The other one that I have, somehow, by some miracle, I think that other one is in fact in better condition. So maybe I'll use the housing from the other one when I install it upstairs. Okay, freak show, freak show. Alright, hopefully this is not an indicator of how the whole situation is going to be. Okay, everything looks like it's there. We got all the screws. Everything's sealed in the bag. Ugh, that situation just gave me a headache. These are nice, in good condition. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very nice. I would love to know where they get tape for so cheap that allows them to use it in that quantity. And look at this. It's got to be like at least a quarter of a roll of tape in this one package. Shouldn't be complaining it got here safely, but still. Alright, here's the blades. And looks like they got paint on them or something. The irons look like they got paint on them. Wonder if the irons from the other fan are better. I think they in fact may be, which is kind of hard to believe. Yeah, I think what we're going to have to do in this case is we're going to have to make one good out of the two. We'll have one that's cosmetically nice and one that's kind of cosmetically junky. Because I think, by some miracle, the irons on the other one are in better condition than this. I mean, these are in terrible condition, so that's not saying much, but I think they may be. So, I gotta see if I can find those irons. Hopefully they're still floating around over here. That would make it easy. Let's see, that's for the St. Clair. That's for a passport. Let's see if I can find them here. Here's the big carrot chest. Perfect. So here's the irons from the other fan. Let's see what they look like. It's hard to imagine that they're going to be better, but they may be. Yeah, they are. They're better. Not by a lot, but they are better. If we clean them up a little bit, they may look better too. So I think we're going to use these irons instead. These are jacked up too. By no means are these in perfect condition, but they are better. So we'll use those. Before we go any further, I want to get the motor up on the ceiling and get the lights on the fan, because I am paranoid about these shades. Okay, so let's see what we got to do. Here we go, more tape. Okay, we got a mumbo jumbo of parts here because we got two mounting brackets. That's obviously for a different fan, but hey, that's cool. I could always use those. And this, of course, is the is for this. So it looks like it needs. Are the bearings good in this one? Oh, these bearings are screwed. Can't use those bearings. I gotta get new ones. There's a piece that's supposed to go here. Now, granted, it's pretty easy to improvise something else. I think this may be the piece. Yeah, okay, so the piece is there. Nothing's missing, there's just a lot of extra stuff. That's got nothing to do with this. That's got nothing. That's from an ugly fan. That's got nothing to do with this. This probably goes for that, we don't need that. That's for that. And then we got all these screws here. I'm not sure which screws are for what. These may be for the housing. There's two of those. Probably should have four of those, but I only got two. Two should be adequate though. And then I guess to put this on, maybe that's these. Can't tell if these are going to work or not. They may be a bit too, maybe too big. No, those will work. I'm not sure if these are the original ones, but they will work. Alright, so then we just got this miscellaneous stuff that's useful, but has nothing to do with this fan. I don't think this has anything to do with the fan either. Alright. I had to grab that other motor off the ceiling here, and let's see what kind of condition those bearings are in. I think I could just grab it. Nope, something's holding it on. I didn't think I had attached it properly. What is holding that on? And there's another screw on the floor here. I don't know where that one came from. There's the motor up over there, behind that white. Let's see why it's not coming off. Should come off. There it goes. Okay, so we've got this motor housing, which actually isn't looking too hot either. But I think it's generally better Some of that stuff may wipe off. Alright, so I think we're going to use this motor housing. It's a little bit better. The brass things are in better condition. Those can be unscrewed. This can all be repainted, and that'll be fine. The switch housing on the other one, I think it's better. The Hampton Bay logo is in better condition. This switch housing is completely bent up and busted anyways. That'd have to get removed. I wonder what the bearings are like on this one. I may just have to replace the bearings on the other one. Let's see. It's not the same motor. Which one's older? That's September 01. This is undefined. They're totally different motors. I don't know which one is better. This one looks a little bit bigger than this one. This is an SMC one, so no wonder the bearings are shot. This one is from 2001. Typical SMC bearings. Let's see how this one sounds. It's not too bad. It's quieter. It's still not correct, but it's quieter. Alright, so that means to take this thing off, I have to undo all that wiring. No, there's no quick fix for this case. I think I'll just swap the motor housings for now. Is it even worth doing? It's probably not worth doing. And this one, it's junky, but it need wipe off. Forget it. We'll just keep the only thing I'm going to swap out for now is the irons. Those are pretty bad. The rest I'll just leave alone. We'll redo it some other time. Alright, so let's get this up on the sewing. Get the motor in there, wire everything up. I'm gonna have to cut the lights off again. Ah, jeez, where'd those screws go? Lovely. Oh, let's see where that thing went. I gotta find where that wire nut is at. I see it. Okay, I'll move the camera over here. I think I'll be able to see more of it from over here. So I'll have a better angle. Okay, so this is the SMC motor that was just opened up. Bearings are shot, we know that. Have to replace them. Let's verify that everything is operational first before we go taking apart motors and replacing bearings. I guess it just fits in there like that. It's going to be kind of awkward to wire this up because it's covers most of the box. These flush mount fans usually aren't the easiest things to work with. This is proving to be no exception. Why isn't this working? Okay. Okay, let's power this on and make sure it runs. Okay, it is working. Lovely sound of bearings, but I knew that was going to be coming. Okay, so I'll bring the camera back to the original location. And we'll get the motor housing up. Probably should wipe it down first. Yeah, I'm going to go do that, see if it gets any cleaner. Okay, it cleaned up a little bit better. Finish looks nice still where it's not scratched, but it is pretty scratched up still. I believe these come off. It looks like they just unscrew. So I'll unscrew those, repaint the white, and put it back on. It won't look too bad at all. Only thing else I want to mention. Oh yeah, there was a little sticker on there, so $5, kind of like a tag sale looking sticker. So I kind of wonder if this was sold. Maybe this is the third time this thing's changed owners. Who knows? One of the interesting things about these used fans, you never know what their history is. Sometimes you do, but usually you have no idea. It's possible that this one was sold somewhere. You know, purchased by the original owner at the hardware store. Sold at a tag sale, whatever, used for a little while and then sold again to the store, thrift store. There's supposed to be 40 screws, but I only got 2 of them. It should be fine. Tighten that up and it shouldn't be so wobbly. Actually, if I put the screw in the opposite hole on this side, it shouldn't be as it should be more level, I think. You can always get more screws if I find it's necessary. You know what? The other one has 2 screws on it at least. From what I can see on this angle. Grab the screws from the other one. Yeah, that'll be fine as it is. Not perfect, but not much is setting out here to be perfect. Okay, now we got to get this light fixture back on. I'm going to cut the power off again real quick to do this. We got black and white, that's it, okay. Oh, you know what I'm just realizing? I forgot to put the stopper in on the bracket. Probably doesn't really matter. It's not going to come out with the housing there. But in case the thing wobbles a lot or something, I guess I should put it on. Oh, that's going to be tricky with all the wires there. Let's see if I can show what we're working with. I have to extend the tripod. That's the best angle I can get. I have to live with it. I think we can kind of see what's going on here. Yeah, okay. So what needs to happen is this bracket needs to go where this hole is. So I guess all these wires have to really get pushed in into the box. Which I guess is kind of how it should be anyways, but just for a testing situation I wouldn't bother with that. Okay. So then now this goes on there like that. And that just kind of locks it in place so it can't come out. Okay. Now it's on there correctly. I guess you can keep watching from this angle. Let's put the housing back up. Okay, and as far as the switch housing goes, we got one screw left, I think. No, we got two screws left. This bit is not quite the right size, so I'm going to grab another one before continuing. Yeah, I seem to have lost the screw already. I just had it a couple minutes ago. Where did it go? Here it is. Got a better bit. Let's put that final screw in. How much better it goes when you have the right screw bit. Okay. This is taking a lot longer than I imagined. Alright, now I'm going to swap over to blade irons to the ones from the other fan, because somehow those are better. No idea how that is, but they are. Oh, jeez. I think we may go with bleached oak in this case. The white's just a little kind of bland. I think we're going to go bleached oak. Maybe missing washers or something, I think. It should have, I think it should have some washers there. Doesn't have any. Something doesn't seem quite right about this. Yeah, it locks up way before the screws are even halfway down. And it's all just like moving around in there. Okay, I can't change the irons. Those are different irons. It's so weird how and Hampton Bay did this. They used different manufacturers in the same model, inherently like this. What we thought was made by SMC, perhaps it was made by different companies over the years. It's a whole different fan. Looks similar, but on the inside it's totally different. Different irons, completely different motor. I'll change them over to bleached oak, but unfortunately I can't use these irons without getting the screws out. Unless I have the screws here, and you have the screws. Oh, that's right, there is no screws. Are there going to be screws? There may be screws. Let's see if I can find them. The basic where. Yeah, these screws is not going to be easily find. We just have to deal with it. Because the other one, I don't even remember if it came with the screws. I think the blades was screwed together when it showed up, so it maybe it came with the screw. I don't know. I don't know. That sale was such a disaster. Sale more like a scam. I suspect these irons are probably plated. Wonder if I could very aggressively polish that out. If it's plated, I wouldn't be able to fix that. But maybe it's not. I don't know. Screwdriver needs to be charged up. Hopefully it'll get us through the video. I wonder if these irons are the originals. It's got the AccuArm thing on the motor, but it doesn't have it on the irons. It doesn't have it on either of these irons. And usually Hampton Bay puts like, washers in between there too. I don't know, this is kind of weird. Tape. Something a little weird about this fan. As they say, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. At least the screw didn't disappear like they usually do. These two have lock washers on them, so we're missing those inherently. Whoops. Hope we don't break anything else in the process. Yeah, these irons look terrible. Probably could get new ones. They're not anything too obscure. These irons I think are bent, and one of them's really bent up. Yeah, not good, not good. Yeah, that one of them's really, really bent. It's going to be shaking bad. That blade must have collided with something at one point. This iron doesn't look too hot either. Yeah, these irons are screwed up. Not good, not good. check and see how bad it is before I put those shades on. Actually, it may not be as bad as it looked. Oh, it's not as out of line as I thought it was. The bearings is bad though. Can already hear them grinding. Well, it is shaking. No doubt about it. Oddly enough, the bearings don't seem that loud anymore. It's very powerful. Very, very powerful. Something's vibrating on there. Okay. Not bad. It's definitely out of whack, but not quite as bad as I thought it was going to be. Alright, here we go. Let's put the shades on. It's missing a couple of these screws. Not sure. Usually just two is fine, but I'm not so sure I want to risk it with this particular shade. I guess that's what those screws were. What the heck is the problem here? There ain't nothing easy about this fan. Where's all the light bulbs? I had a whole bunch of light bulbs down here. There's a few in this fan. Ah, it's a three-way light. That's cool. Okay, I need one more light bulb. Okay, here's one. Okay, got 3 light bulbs. Another one of those screws here. No, I don't see another one. I'm gonna grab a screw from the other fan then. Don't want this to be missing any screws. Not with these rare shades up there. No way. Okay, that completes it. It's a really nice fan, as most of the ones from that 2001 catalog were. Very, very nice looking piece. Too bad the irons are so scratched up, though it's pretty obvious, especially with the light on. It moves some air though, it's powerful. Surprised for a flush mount thing jig. You can't use it like that, it's gotta be balanced. That's terrible. And the problem in this case is the irons aren't bent up and down, they're bent like sideways if the blade collided with something. So this can be hard to fix that. It's hard to see the clock that way. Well, we just may be due for a new set of irons. I guess if we don't have to buy bearings, I don't know why they're not hearing them, but I don't have to buy bearings and they'd be able to buy a new set of irons. I don't know if the irons from the other one are out of whack or what. Never got a chance to try them because it was missing too many screws. And looking at it real quick, just eyeing it, it looks to me like this blade is kind of bent that way a little bit. You know, trying to bend them that direction is not too easy. She's messing something else up too along with it, you know. So yeah, this isn't easy. And of course, you always run the risk that something could snap too. They look like they're all sorts of out of whack. These two got to go up a little bit. Let's see if that made a difference. Not really. Maybe a little bit better. I think I got new irons for it. I'm going to see if I can find it. It's hard to get replacement irons in brass now. Last time I was at the store, I had the ugly ones, the silver ones, that was it. You have no brass ones. Okay, well, that's agitating. I mean, we have a working instance now with the nice lights, so that's a plus. But it's far from usable. I guess I should try to dig out the screws for the other ones and try the other sets of irons before I go buying anything. If the other irons are okay, then I'll just use those. They look better anyways. If I had the choice, I'd rather use these because they're not quite as bad. These, I mean, they're not perfect, but I think these are presentable. I wonder where the screws are at. I thought I put them over here, but I didn't see them over there. closer look over here again. Let's see if I can find them. Would have expected them to be over here because the irons are over here. I'm trying to think now if the stinking screws even came with the thing. I'm pretty sure the irons were screwed to the blades when it arrived. Should have them. We have the St. Clair blades from that Fiasco. Well, oddly enough, it looks like there's no blade screws in here either. That's the base St. Clair carried. Oh, okay. So this is all the screws I have for both of those fans, I guess. Although this doesn't look like there's any iron screws in here. Must have put them somewhere else. St. Clair screws, oh, I see the St. Clair screws. They're in here. These are the St. Clair screws. See how it's got that washer on there? That's what I was talking about. That's what I think this needs. Let's see how far these screw in. I don't usually like to mix screws, but for the sake of time, maybe I'll mix the screws in this case. Yeah, these would work. See how it goes all the way down? So this is what I gotta do then. I gotta change these irons out for these. I'm too tired to do that today. I can't do it another day. That's probably what I'll do then. I'll change out these irons. And I'll use these screws. I'll look around a couple of other places, see if I can find them. I know I had the screws. I'm fairly certain I had them. Just gotta look for them and find out where they went. There's a couple of other places they could be. I don't feel like searching for them right at this moment. I gotta get through some of this phone stuff. I got a lot of phones built up. I have plenty of places to store the phones once they're finished. But I don't have a lot of places to store them when they're not finished yet. I'm gonna put that other motor back up over here for now. It would be easier to get it there if I take this fan down first. I gotta test these fans too. These what are these? Encon Crompton Greaves things, high breeze fans. Gotta get those tested as well. Actually got a lot of ceiling fan content that I gotta do. It just takes a while to do it. It was a pain in the neck to get these things up on the canopy. Don't go down far enough. Okay. I got a mess here to clean up still. Probably finna run out of film on the camera too, because it wasn't full when I started out. And I had these little screws here kicking around. I had 3 of them. There's only 2. I knew they was gonna get missing. I don't know why I didn't put them somewhere else. That's a shame on me on that one. I don't see anyone on this bench. Okay. The screw has disappeared. Alright, we're going to have to vacuum this up. This is a mess here. Okay, that's going to conclude this video. There were a handful of other things I wanted to do, but I'm tired and this took a very long time. So that's going to be it for now.